I'm on the loop, I'm on the waves. Oh, stay out the way. Got another slide on me, I like to get it poppin'.
It's your girl Lisa J, and we're back with another video. If you have not hit that subscribe button, go ahead and hit that button down below, because us Jae Babes, we like to have fun, and we want you to have fun too. Today is a little bit of a different video. Today I have my girlfriend with me. Introduce yourself.
My name is KT, aka Boop Boop.
Oh God. Anyways, that's my baby. So she's joining me today. We're gonna do a video about the cruise. A lot of people have been coming to us asking us about tips on the cruise. So today we got you. First of all, babe, tell them your experience on the cruise. How do you think the cruise was for you?
I was a little anxious at first.
Yeah.
I would say, but once I got on there, overall it was a 10-10.
We had a good time.
We had a good time. We really had a good time.
Y'all already know how I felt about the cruise. I enjoyed the cruise, and I'm already ready.
She was a little scared at first too.
I was. I mean, it's a cruise. You on water. There's no land. Even though I can swim, it's just the fact that, have y'all seen the Titanic?
Right.
Oh, okay.
But we gotta get past that.
Yeah, we had a great time. Overall, the overall atmosphere was good. The food was good. And being with her, it was just an extra plus.
The guy that cleaned our room every day.
Yes, he was really sweet. He was really sweet.
Shout out to him.
So we had a great time. So what we're gonna do is jump into some of the questions that you all had. The first thing that we are going to be talking about is before you join the cruise. These are some of the things that you need to do before you actually get on your cruise. Like, this is what you need to do. Once you go ahead and book your cruise, I don't know how you're gonna book your cruise. Maybe you're booking it through a travel agent or you're just booking it yourself. But after you have went ahead and booked your cruise, the first thing that I would say you need to do is you need to join the Facebook group. There is a Facebook group on Facebook that you can join. Now,
depending on what cruise ship you go on. So it's one we went on Carnival Liberty. So we joined the Carnival Liberty Facebook group, but depending on what cruise line or what cruise you're going on, that's what Facebook group you'll need to join.
And in the group, they just tell you things that's going to be going on, people that have already been on cruises. So definitely you need to join the Facebook group. Now, if your cruise is further out, maybe say next year, I don't know if the group will already be made. Maybe you can create the group, but if not, join that group. That is very, very, very important. Okay,
and they have helpful tips on there too. All right,
we're gonna kind of go back and forth, so I won't do all the talking. I want her to join in as well.
The second thing you need to do before you board your cruise is download the Carnival Hub app before getting on the ship. So the Carnival Hub app is where you're gonna pre-book your excursions. Now taking mine, they have excursions on there when you first book, and then they add excursions on different days just so you can book, because some excursions they do sell out, but they keep adding different times and stuff like that.
The Carnival Hub app was a big thing for us. If you're on a cruise, you need to download it. I was so upset because before I got on the ship, I did not download the app, so I had to go to her to find out everything, like the itinerary, everything that's going on the boat is going to go through that Carnival app. Even with the Carnival app, you can go ahead and, like she said, you can book your excursions, as well as you can go ahead and purchase water or soda if you want the water to already be inside of your, what do they call it? What do they call it?
What?
Where we was sleeping
The
at.
cabin?
The cabin? Is that called the cabin? Okay. Well, they already have the water and stuff sitting inside your cabin when you get there. That is very important. Like I said, that Carnival Cruise Hub is a must. Please download it if you are going on a cruise. That's a must. Another thing, check into your cruise 2 weeks before. Just go on, log on, check in. Also, when you check in, it just lets you put your information in, your cash. It's going to be doing cash, debit, any of that thing. So you need to make sure you check in 2 weeks before to make your process a little bit easier.
All right, so the next thing we have here is check out Wi-Fi packages if needed. So it's 3 different Wi-Fi packages that we discovered that was on the boat. It was one strictly for social media. It was one if you wanted to do social media and send emails.
And then I think the biggest one, I can't remember what the biggest one
just do everything. But we didn't get the Wi-Fi package because this is kind of like, this is our first cruise. So we just wanted to kind of like just go off the grid, you know, don't be on social media, just really just enjoy the moment. But I did talk to a couple people that was on the ship, and they had the Wi-Fi package, and they said the Wi-Fi wasn't Wi-Fi. So they said they kind of wasted their money just getting the Wi-Fi package. But even though we didn't get the Wi-Fi package, we were still able to send text messages, you know, as well, because they offer free Wi-Fi on the boat, but you can only send text messages.
Next, we're going to be talking about bringing your own alcohol on the boat. Of course, it is prohibited, but we went ahead and we logged onto Amazon. I will have these linked below. They are a shampoo and conditioner bottle. It comes with instructions on how to do it, but what you would do is you would just pour your alcohol in. It's a little tab that you put in here and you close it, so when you open it, it's going to be like it's the brand new shampoo or conditioner bottle. Now, when you place these inside of your luggage, because you do want to place these inside your luggage and not on your carry-on. Place these inside your luggage. What we did was we took these, filled them up. It comes with 4. We took these, filled them up, and we rolled them up in a towel, and we placed them in the middle of our suitcase. Now, with you placing these in a suitcase, it is going to go through a metal detector, so you want to make sure there's no metal or anything in there, because if so, they are going to pull your suitcase aside and they're going to check them. And if you have these in there, when you get your luggage, it's going to be gone. So you want to make sure you put these in your luggage with no metal or anything for them to detect them. And like I said, we wrapped them in a towel. Now, Boo, do you think this was important to bring on the ship? Right?
Oh, yeah. And the only reason I say that is because, like, we talked to people who got the drink package, and we'll probably just, I think we're discussing that later on, but we talked to people on the ship, once again, that had the drink package, and they said the drinks wasn't, you know, giving anything. So, and we had a couple drinks.
We tried the drinks, and it was very weak. It was very weak.
So I would say, like, if you a drinker and you love your drinks like we do, you know, strong, you should. I recommend you bring in your own liquor.
Now I'm not a heavy drinker, so I didn't necessarily need the drink package. But if you know you just like to drink, I would advise you to buy the drink package, but then take into consideration how the drinks are. So I think you can get a certain amount of drinks a day with the drink package. I don't know, because we did not purchase the drink package. But yeah, that's a great tip. Bring your own liquor.
All right, and the next one we have is the check-in time. So it was just only us 2 went on the cruise ship. But if you're going with a big family, you want to make sure everybody check-in time is the same as across the board, because we talked to a lady when we checked in, and what did she say?
Who?
The lady, when I was like, because I told you earlier the check-in time didn't matter, but you was like, the lady said.
Oh yeah, but the check-in time, it kind of does matter, especially if you're going with a big group. You can go on, I don't know, I think they let you know when you can check in, the very first time that you can check in. And if you're going with a big group, of course all of you all would want to check in at the same time. So it's important that you all get on there early and book the same time, because I think we loaded at 1:30, but it is earlier times for you to load. By the time we got on the boat was pretty packed. It was already
in the swimming pool. You know, they hadn't been there since 10 o'clock.
Yeah, so it's very important to go ahead and make sure you get the check-in time that's perfect for you. All right, remember we are talking about before cruise. The next thing that I want to talk about is the motion sickness. I've never been on a cruise before. She's never been on a cruise before. But being on a cruise, it's a lot different from being on land. So you want to make sure you have the proper medication for motion sickness. Now, we had the Dramamine. I'll post it up. But above us, it was the Dramamine. And I think we took one. I can't remember.
I took 2. I took one.
I think I took one every day.
Took off. And then I took one the next day, but that was it. I didn't need it anymore.
Yeah, but they also have, if you have a doctor, they can prescribe you a patch. It's like a little patch that you just put behind your ear, and you don't have to worry about it.
But I want to say this.
Go ahead.
I want to say this. Listen, this is off topic, but that sleep on a cruise when that boat rocking.
Best sleep, sleeping like a baby. Woo. I'm talking about sleep like really.
And our beds was comfortable.
Very, very.
Yeah, I was surprised. I thought we was gonna be, on that hard thing, but I mean, when I got on it, I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, it was very comfortable.
Yeah,
I would say.
Yeah, it was a 10-10. The bed mattress 10-10.
I know we said we was gonna jump back and forth, but I'm gonna jump this. How to pack. Y'all,
that's her thing.
When I packed the first time, y'all, I had 2 suitcases, like 2 big suitcases. Mind you, we were only on a trip for 3 days. So I had to think about, Lisa, do you really need all of this stuff? So when you pack, make sure you pack by outfit. Okay, I'm gonna wear this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. Cause on our cruise, it was 3 days, and the first day, they do have themes. The first day, it was casual. The second day it was more elegant, and then the last day it was casual. So since you already know the itinerary, it's important that you kind of bring clothes that fits that. Now when you are packing, it's important to pack you a carry-on bag. The reason why it's important to pack you a carry-on bag is because when you load the ship, you are not going to have your suitcase when you load the ship. So if you know you want to go hop in the swimming pool, or you want to do certain things, you need to make sure you have that stuff inside of your carry-on bag. I think I had like my camera, like all of my important stuff, like my camera, my computer, medication. We had our champagne, because you are allowed to bring 1 bottle per person of wine or champagne. You can bring a bottle of that. So we did have that inside of our carry-on. And what else did we put in there?
That was about it.
Yeah, that was about it. Just make sure you pack for yourself. Make sure you pack
all the important things that you feel like you're going to need, because depending on how many people are on the cruise ship, it could take about 2 hours for your actual luggage to get to your room. So anything you feel like you're going to need within 2 to 3 hours.
Passport, birth certificate.
Yeah, that need to be in your carry-on.
Yeah. So just think wisely when you are packing your carry-on. But yeah, that's very important.
So this goes back to the Carnival app. Just book your excursions before they sell out. So I was told by
one of our friends,
frequent
cruiser,
that I didn't have to book my excursion, because just like any other place, money talk. So you can go ahead, if you're a planner, go ahead and book your cruise. But for my finesses out there, when you get to wherever you get to, you can just tell them, oh man, I only got $100 on me. Oh man, I only got $50 on me. And they're going to take it, So you can either book your excursions beforehand and pay, that fee, because Carnival is going to, tack on their fee too. Or you can wait till you get there and just, hand them whatever you got. So she didn't want me to tell you that, but this is for all my finesses I hate.
Whatever. All right, another thing, y'all. If you watch my cruise video, you know that Bay had the wrong date for our cruise, but I advise everyone to get there a day early. You never know, traffic, your car you may have car issues, your car may break down. Not saying, but I'm just saying those are possible things that can happen. And
flight might get delayed.
And you don't want to miss the trip, so make sure you get there a day before. That's very important. Book you a hotel. They have some nice hotels down there. We stayed at Cocoa Beach, and the hotel that we stayed at, you can see the beach. It was very nice. Mind you, we only got to sleep there for like 3 hours because
we stayed in Cocoa Beach, not at Cocoa Beach. We stayed in Cocoa Beach.
We stayed in Cocoa Beach,
and I think it was the Courtyard by Marriott.
Yes, it was.
They gave us. So the guy, what you call the people at the front desk clerk, because we didn't get into our hotel until like 4 a.m. So he was nice enough. He was like, listen, we're gonna extend your room to 2 o'clock. Regular checkout time was like at 10. He said we're gonna extend your room extend your checkout time till 2. And also we're gonna give you a view of the beach. So that was pretty nice.
It was very
Shout out
nice.
to him.
It was very, 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 very nice. So I advise you get there a day early. Don't get there the day of doing all that hustling and bustling. You gonna miss the ship, and you don't want to do that.
Another tip we have is make sure you bring your passport. I'm gonna say that again. Make sure you bring your passport. That birth certificate line.
Woo! Hit a Timbuktu.
I had my passport. She was still waiting on her passport, so she had to bring her birth certificate. And when I tell you, I was ready to get out that birth certificate line, because that passport line, you'll be off the boat in about 20 minutes. Versus birth certificate, you standing in line, everybody trying to get off the boat.
We was in line for like
half.
an hour and a half to 2 hours. It was
Bring
long
your
time.
birth certificate. Bring your passport. Don't bring your birth certificate.
If you can't get your passport, birth certificate, yeah, bring it. But it's very important to bring your passport. Now, I purchased my passport. I think I went in March to get my passport. Y'all, I didn't get my passport. We went on a cruise in
June. May 31st.
We went May. I didn't get my passport until June. So make sure you
applied for it in March.
I did. So make sure if you know you are going on a cruise, make sure you expedite your passport, because that is very, very important. I didn't think it was important, but it was. Make sure you bring.
And honestly,
passport.
when she went to go get a passport, we had no trips planned. We just wanted to go on a cruise. It was kind of like a spontaneous thing. So we booked the cruise like a month before the cruise.
Yeah.
We booked in April, and the cruise is in May. So
yeah, it was very spontaneous,
Yeah.
but it was fun. The next thing is bring cash. The reason why we say bring cash is because you can tip your waiters, or you can tip anybody that, like the person that was helping us with our room and stuff like that. You can tip them with cash. And I'll talk about that a little later, why that's important. But make sure you have cash. That's very important to bring cash. You don't want to be using your debit cards or swiping, because you're going to be charged for things you probably don't even know what you're being charged for. Who wants to be charged for things you don't want to be charged for? You know. So bring cash. That's very, very
quick. Like, hey, it wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
So make sure you bring your cash. It wasn't me. Yeah.
All right, so print out. Next tip we have is go ahead and have your luggage tags printed off. It actually states that whenever you book a cruise, they give you your luggage tags. They tell you to print them off before you get on the cruise, so just make sure that's just self-explanatory. Just have your luggage tags printed, and if you don't have like a stapler, or you forget your stapler, you forget to tag them onto your luggage, the people there, they'll do it for you. But just make sure you have your luggage tags printed.
Make sure you have your luggage tags printed and your boarding pass. And make sure you don't have your boarding pass one person on the front, one person on the back, because that's what they did. And they actually want you to separate the boarding pass. So everyone needs to physically have their own boarding pass. When we got up there in the line, because ours was front and back, they did end up separating it. But to make it easier, just make sure everyone has their boarding pass, and that is very, very, very important.
All right, so the next tip, bring your own empty cup. So tumbler.
Yeah, like a tumbler cup with a straw. Bring
Yeah.
that.
We didn't know that, so the only time I can go back to the room, the only time I could really drink, because with the shampoo bottles that we brought, the only time I could really drink is when I went back to the room. So I know there's people was walking around with tumbler cups, and that would have been a bonus for me if I would have had a tumbler cup.
Could have mixed up our own little drink.
Mix up the only drink, walk around the boat lit, you know what I'm saying? But the only time I could really get lit was in the room. So, but bring your own tumbler cup, or any kind of customized tumbler cup you get from Walmart, Target, whatever grocery store, whatever stores in y'all area.
Dollar Tree, whatever, Dollar General, whatever fits your budget. So make sure you bring a cup because that was very important. Because the only thing that they have in the room are like glass, and who wants to walk around with glass?
I ain't gonna lie. Last day, I was on that boat walking around with the glass that was in the cabin.
You were.
I was done at that point. Like,
You were.
I'm like, I'm gonna do what I want to do.
You were. That's so funny. We're gonna dive right on into the day of the cruise. You're about to board the cruise. Yes. So, the first thing that I'm gonna say is where we went. We ported out of Port Canaveral. So when we went to park our car, it was $75 for those 3 days. I don't know if it's more if you are still having a longer cruise, a extended cruise, but for us it was $75.
Or it could be different depending on
different cruise lines. Yeah,
you know.
It may be different. So make sure you take that into consideration. It was $75. We knew we had to pay for parking, but we just didn't know how much. So I'm just filling y'all in on that. It was $75.
All right. So the next tip we have here, you can actually bring your own soda and water. But like Melissa said earlier, the Carnival app, you know, once you book, you can go ahead and just prepay for that, and they'll have it ready for your cabin. But I ain't gonna lie, like a lot of the soda cans that we got on the ship, outside of what we brought, it was flat.
It was very
so you can't bring your own case of water, own case of soda. They don't care about that.
But let me tell you something. When you bring your own case of water or your own case of soda, be prepared, because walking from your car up all that hustle and bustle, ooh, baby, I'm glad we ain't bring a case of water.
Yeah.
Because y'all, it was a lot, especially with us being our first time. We didn't know it was a bunch of walking and stuff that we had to do until we got to the cruise. So I mean, take that to your own discretion if you want to carry your water, but I would prefer you to.
I'm gonna just say this: I was the one that was carrying the case of soda, and I couldn't even. My mind wasn't right until like an hour after being on the ship because I was still exhausted.
And we were a little drunk.
We had to took shots.
About 3 shots.
You know, if I would've knew all that, I ain't taking no shots before I board the ship. I'm gonna just wait till I get settled. But yeah.
Next tip is we talked about your boarding pass, printing your boarding pass. They are very, very, very specific when it comes to having your boarding pass. They want you to have your boarding pass in hand. They want to see your boarding pass. They're gonna keep saying boarding pass, boarding pass, boarding pass. They want to see it in your hand. So if you have little kids, of course, if you have little kids, you can tell them it's with you, with yours. But if you are old enough, make sure you are holding your own boarding pass because they are going to be looking for that. So I think that's very important to know.
So I mean, this tip is check your bed before laying down, but I feel like
check your bed for bed bugs.
I feel like everybody, if you're checking into a hotel or Airbnb, if you're checking into your cabin at the cruise, check your beds. You know, check your beds and then bring some good old faithful Lysol. Lysol that thing down. Don't just get the top layer, get the second layer, get the third layer, get the pillows. Do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying?
And the reason why we saying that is because I'm very finicky when it comes to staying different places. We got Lysol on deck, Clorox wipes on deck. We come with our shower shoes. That's just how we are. But I have watched videos on TikTok where certain people, they went on cruise and they actually had bed bugs. So make sure you check your bed for bed bugs because you don't want that to happen. You don't want bites all over your arm. And that's just something you're not accustomed to. So make sure you check that before you are actually laying in your bed. The next tip is put your phone on airplane mode. Before you leave the port, put your phone on airplane mode because you will be charged for roaming charges. I know Kiera, she stressed that to me and I finally found out how important it was. Put your phone on airplane mode. Now, when you get to your destination, if you want to record or do certain things, you can take your phone off airplane mode. AT&T shot us a message, hey, we're gonna put the international plan on, and I think it was only like $10 to put that on. So, but it's very important to not
$10 a day.
Yeah, it was $10 a day. I'm sorry, it was $10 a day. So it's very important to put your phone on airplane mode so that you don't get charged all those crazy roaming fees. Because you don't want to come back the next month, had a great time at the trip, boom, you got this high ass bill. Like, no one wants that at all. I know. Baby, AT&T already get enough out of me anyway.
Luckily, I work for the company, so 50% off me. Okay. So the sell and sign card. So once you get on the ship, well, before you get on the ship, you have to go through check-in and stuff like that. So they're going to tell you that you're going to have to load up your sell and sign card. And they're going to ask you if you just want to go ahead and load it up with the credit card or debit card that you have on file.
I advise you do not put your credit card on file. Use cash. You do not want to be charged for all this excess stuff. Use cash. If you have cash, just add the cash to your sell and sign card.
I don't know, but I had a friend that just recently went on a cruise. He put his credit card on there, and it was great.
Yeah, but
experience. Either way. I mean, however you feel, because we still end up having to put our credit card on
because we didn't bring cash. We didn't know.
I'm
talking about tips that you should. We didn't know. Bring your cash, because I had another friend that went on a cruise and he didn't know anything about like the drinking packages. He didn't know about the drinking packages or whatever. So the first day he racked up $400. So $400 was taken off his card, and he didn't know the stipulations behind it. So it's important to bring cash. Don't put that card on there. I'm telling you now. Don't put that card on there. Bring your cash. All right. The sell and sign card is very important. That card, like the little badge that you wear when you swipe in to work. That card is gonna be used for everything. That card is gonna be used. That's the card that you use to get in your room key. That's the card how you get back on the ship when you leave. When you go to get to the destination, you're gonna be able.
The card you pay for your dinner with.
And your drinks, anything that you purchase on the ship, you are going to use your sell and sign card. That card is very important, so make sure you keep up with it. Okay, I see some people walking around with the little lanyards that you could put it in with their cell phones to make sure that they had their sell and sign card. So that is a very important thing that you.
We seen some sell and sign cards just floating on the boat. You don't want to be that person. You lost your sell and sign card, now somebody racking it up on you.
Racking it up, and then when you get back, that debit card gonna be charged. That's what I'm talking about. Don't put that card on there. Use cash. Next topic is during the cruise. So now we on a cruise. We on there. Next thing we're gonna talk about, we kind of already hit on this, that they have kind of like themed nights. The first night was casual, second night was elegant, and the third night was casual. So on that second night when it is elegant, y'all participate. Everyone is so beautiful. Make sure you have on your cute gowns. Men dress up. Just look very dapper and enjoy the experience. It was an overall great experience, and I think with us having a 3 to 5 day cruise, I think you only have one elegant night. But with you having a 6 or 7 day cruise, I think they have 2 elegant nights. So just check on that. It depends on.
And then they also with the 3 day cruise, you don't have a captain's ball.
Yeah.
But if you have a 4 to 6 to how many days, you have a captain's ball. But we just had elegant night for 3 day cruisers. You don't have a captain's ball.
Yeah. So make sure you just, go with the flow. Don't be like, I don't want to participate, y'all. It's an experience, and that was a great experience.
All right, so we're gonna talk about your check-in time for dinner. So going back to when you first book your cruise, you already have a check-in time for your dinner. But once you get on the cruise, and use the Carnival Hub, you're gonna let the Carnival Hub know, hey, my dinner time is set for 9:30. I'm on my way down. So the Carnival Hub is gonna let you know when your table is ready to go ahead and head down. So that's just an important tip too, to just make sure that, cause some people, they may book their dinner time for 6. And then once they get on the cruise, they notice, it's other stuff to do and they just want to do a later time. You can also get on there and just choose a later time, but you always want to use that Carnival app to, check in, to let the people know downstairs, like, hey, I'm on my way down. And they'll let you know when your table is ready.
Make sure you are on time because I think they give you a 15-minute grace period.
Yeah.
If you don't meet that grace period, they will cancel your reservation. Good thing about that is they have many different restaurants on the ship, but you need to make sure you know what time they close because certain restaurants, they close at a certain time. The only thing that really kind of stayed open late was the ice cream machines, y'all. The ice cream, oh my God.
I have that ice cream.
Every day I had some ice cream. The ice cream is so good. I think the pizza shop, y'all, I wasn't too big on the pizza. It wasn't that good to me. Everyone talked about the pizza.
It's not your Domino's, not your Marco's.
I don't even like
Domino's.
Honestly, I like homemade pizza anyway, but that's just me. But the pizza wasn't good. Also, they had a deli place that was open late. So you just need to make sure you know the times of the restaurants and when they are closing, so that you're not hungry. Okay.
And just to go back to the dinner. If you're traveling in a group, make sure everybody set the same dinner time. I'm gonna say it again. Make sure everybody set the same dinner time, so you guys can go down there and enjoy dinner together.
Yes, that's very, very, very important. Next tip, this should be a given. Enjoy yourself while you are on a cruise. You are going to meet so many new people on the cruise from so many different walks of life. Like, it's very important because you're not on land, you're with like 4,000 people, and all you all are doing is, on the ship. So it's very important to talk to those people, meet those people. Now me, I'm an introvert. That's why I have Kiera. She's more of a people person. She's gonna, especially when she's on that leg, baby.
I'm a social butterfly.
Baby, she will talk your ear off.
Trying to meet new people.
And I think that's a good thing with our relationship because I am more closed off and she's more so out there. But once I opened up and got out and talked to new people, it was so fun. We learned a lot of new things. Different people on the cruise, they already been on 1 million cruises, so they have different tips that they can tell you about the cruise. So I thought that was very helpful with meeting new people. Next thing we are moving on to is when you get on the island. I think we went to Bimini. I don't know how to say it. Is it Bimini? Bimini. We went to Bimini, Bahamas. Bahamas. That's where we went. But anyways, y'all, when you get on there, it's breathtaking. When you get off that ship and see when you see that water, it's so beautiful and breathtaking. Take as many pictures and videos as you can because it's beautiful, it's breathtaking. But our first tip is make sure, it kind of go back to what we said, use cash on the island. Like my baby say, money talk, bullshit walks. And they were saying, but yeah, make sure you bring cash. You don't want to take your debit card and you're swiping it and you don't know, you somewhere else. You don't want to be swiping your card and you somewhere else and you're not in the States. So make sure you do not use your debit card. Also, you don't want to lose your debit card. You're not at home. It's not like you can pick up your phone. Hey, let me call my bank. You can't. So make sure you use cash. That's very important. I'm not gonna stress that enough. Bring enough cash. That's just it. Okay.
And another tip we have is we didn't do any excursions, but what we did was we rented a golf cart. The golf carts are $100 a day. So of course we only was on the island for like 4 hours.
4 or 5 hours.
$100 a day. And to me, that was actually a great experience because when we rented the golf cart, we just got to explore the island. So we just got to, experience how, people are living over there, experience like the customized shops that they have. I think we ended up getting like bracelets and shirts. The food over there, oh my God, like, woo.
Chef's kiss. Like we had that jerk chicken, baby.
The folks over there, they know something.
I'm thinking about that jerk chicken now. It was so good.
Listen, the folks, they know something over there.
They do.
Y'all,
they are so friendly. Like everyone that we came in contact with was very friendly and nice, and they just made the whole experience a plus. Like I advise you all to explore the land. Don't be afraid, cause y'all, I'm not gonna lie. When we got on that golf cart and Kiera started riding, y'all, it looked like we was in the hood. I'm like, take me back. I don't know what we getting ourselves into.
Me, I'm
pushing it. And I'm in my head, I'm like, oh hell no. But y'all, it was a great experience. Especially if you go with a group of people, you're fine. You're good. You're good. Now we're moving on to leaving the cruise. The first thing about leaving the cruise is it's very important to make sure you go ahead and have everything packed the night before you're actually leaving. So what we did was we packed all of our goodies, all of our things that you know, dirty clothes, all of that type of stuff. Make sure you pack that. The only thing we left out was the outfit that we were putting on, and of course we like taking showers in the morning, so we left out like our washing stuff. But other than that, everything was pretty much packed up. Pack up the night before, because guess what, baby? They call you at what time, boo?
7:30.
7:30, bright and early in the morning. Woohoo! To go ahead and unload. So you want to make sure you have everything packed up. When they do call you to unload, they call you by your muster. I think we were muster E, but y'all, people wasn't going by that. People was just ready to get off the ship, ready to get off the boat. Yeah. So the elevators were you couldn't even really use the elevators, y'all. We were dragging our luggage, our big luggage down the steps. Like, so make sure you just have everything packed up and be prepared for the congestion, because it is gonna be congested. The last tip was passport. We already kind of talked on that. At the end, they have a passport line and they have a birth certificate line, passport line. Y'all, that birth certificate line is from here to back
South America.
Fall. Make sure you bring your passport. Make sure you bring your passport. That is very, 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 very important. Another tip that I want to give in general, if you are a content creator, they only have 2 ports to like plug in like your phone and stuff like that. So if you are a content creator, I'm gonna post a pic of a little portable plug-in that you can have multiple chargers on, because it's only 2 ports. You want to charge your camera, your phone, your computer, whatever it is that you need to create content, you're gonna need it. So you want to make sure everything is charged up. So make sure you bring a portable charger. Any other tips you want to give them, babe?
You know, I like y'all, and if y'all like my boot, I like y'all. So I'm gonna just give y'all a tip. Like, we stay in Georgia, so we just like 15 minutes away from the Florida line. So if you like, you know, in Georgia or stay in Florida, or if you're near Florida, you can actually, instead, if you don't want to do a cruise, they have a ferry that you can take that ports out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, that you could take to Bimini, Bahamas. It'll take like 2 hours to get there. And the prices range from like $160 to like $260. You can either spend like a full day there, you can spend the whole weekend there. But you know, if you guys don't want to take a cruise, hop on that ferry, go down there, you know, have some me time, you know, and just enjoy the atmosphere out there. So that's just a little tip that I can give for you guys if you don't want to, you know, take a cruise.
I agree with everything she said, and you all, I really, really appreciate everyone who stays to the end to watch this video. If you like this video, if you learned something from this video, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. If you have not already subscribed, what are you waiting on? What are you waiting on? Make sure you subscribe, because I have many more things that I want to experience with you all. I love you all, and I hope you all have a great day. And if you haven't been on a cruise, book your cruise.
Cheers.